Welcome, everybody, to Funeral Nation episode number 42. I'm Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff, the Funeral Commander Harbison, and I ripped out my earplug here. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Super psyched about this week's episode. What's coming up, Commander?
This week is going to be another Funeral Nation disruptive interview. We have a guy on that is making tremendous waves in the casket part of our business. He's been seen all over with a wonderful ad from LA Ads. You're not going to want to miss this today. And the good news is we're also sponsored by and brought to us by the Fast Funding Group, which is American Funeral Financial, C&J Financial, and Funeral Funding Center. Once again, I spend a great deal of my time in accounts receivables and cash flow solutions, and these guys got it down pat. So, look, take it from me. Get your money. Visit cjf.com, AmericanFuneralFinancial.com, and FuneralFundingCenter.com. Why are you waiting on your money? I don't get it. It's not that big a deal.
Man, you got it down. You got it down. Mm-hmm. All right. So what's the buzz this week? Based off of readers of ConnectingDirectors.com, what the big news has been is the state of New York lifting the ban on funeral homes being able to serve food and light refreshments.
Oh, Lord, what are we coming to?
Yeah, how about it? And it's kind of odd, I think, is it's really been a mixed response. So there are about 75 different comments on our Facebook page related to this article. It's reached about 28,000 people, and it's a bunch of mixed results. Some people think that, hey, the funeral home wasn't set up to be a catering facility. This is crap. Others think it's a great thing because it means an extra line item that they can upcharge for and an extra service they can provide to families. I mean, Jeff, you're a funeral home owner. What's your stance on it? I think it makes. I mean, I would be happy.
We have allowed and brought in food. You know what? It's about the family.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you don't want them to be there, someone else will take it away from you. And the bottom line is, we hear, oh, we're all about the service. If you're about the service, then give them what they want. Listen to what consumers say.
Sure.
It's crazy. I have to give a shout out. We serve a Filipino community down in Virginia Beach, and I love those folks to come in. It's a family atmosphere. They feel at home. This is their place. They bring in food, everything. Guess what? I want to be there too. They've got some great food. So, hey, don't do it. Just don't. Okay? Don't do it.
Craziness.
Whatever. Yeah, you gotta love our folks up there. And look, if you got something to say, tell us about it. What do you think up there in New York? Come on, guys. We've been doing it in the South. It's called hospitality. Something that you do. Now, of course, we have some different food that y'all might serve different up there, but it works. Guess what? This segment and commentary is brought to us by Funeral DNA ID. Here's another brilliant idea. Why aren't you? Simple collection of DNA. You don't have to send a sample out of the country. It never even leaves your funeral home. By the way, does anybody out here know that cremation destroys DNA? You might want to share that with the family. Let's roll that promo.
You can't predict the future, however, you can protect your business and the families you're serving. Funeral DNA ID kits that collect and preserve DNA during the cremation and burial process. Swab, spot, seal, legacy preserve. For more information, please visit funeraldnaid.com.
Fantastic. All right, Jeff, you teed it up earlier. Why don't you take a swing at it? Who is our interview segment with today?
You know what? I'm getting ready to hit a real long drive right down the middle here. Ryan, today our guest is Sirius Chan, CEO and founder of Sitch Casket Company. Now, let me tell you why I personally believe that this is a disruptive element into our industry. The way that they deliver, no contracts, no buying containers, and the price, this guy's getting it done. And I have to give a little kudos to him because Sirius came on with us when we've been trying to get some of the bigs to come talk to us, you know, Mr. Big. Y'all will be listening now. I guarantee you they'll be watching this out there in the cornfield and up in, well, anyway, the other places. Let's roll this interview, bro.
Sirius, welcome to the Funeral Nation TV show. We're person to person, face to face here.
Thank you.
How about share with us a little bit about your background and how you got here?
Okay. I was born in China and then immigrated to Hong Kong with my family at age of 6. I always wanted to study abroad to see the world, learn English, and experience the culture, different cultures. So I went to Toronto, Canada at age of 16, and where I finished my high school and graduated from college in aerospace engineering.
Wow.
And then I met my wife, my beautiful wife, Abby, in China, and then now I'm the father of 2 boys.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Well, how did you get started in the casket manufacturing business?
When I first moved back to China at 2003, I was supposed to help out my father's business in the furniture. And I realized the furniture industry is very competitive, especially for a small company like ours. So I would start looking for something else to do. And surprisingly, I find that nobody else is making casket in China and ship to the United States. So, and it makes perfect sense for us to transfer to making high quality hardwood casket.
Excellent. Well, manufacturing and distribution in the United States is really at a big capacity now, and U.S. burials are on the decline. So how do you define the difference between Sitch and currently what's in the marketplace?
Currently, the U.S. funeral homes has 2 choices. One is with the American brands, and one is with the import casket. The American brands, they're very high quality, but they are very expensive. And a lot of time they have complicated contracts and rebate programs attached.
Right.
And with the import casket, the ones from Mexico and China, they are very affordable. But once again, the quality, it has been seen as an issue.
Right.
So Sitch brings to the funeral home a very high quality product comparable to the top tier 1 brand of American products,
Right.
and at a pricing of import casket. And then most of the time, our customers will say, with Sitch casket, the funeral home can offer a good quality product to the families and charge them a lot less. And at the same time, they can still make a better profit than any other brands.
Interesting. Well, I'm not a real smart guy. I'm extraordinarily good looking, and that makes sense to me. So you buy it for less, charge the consumers for less, and actually end up making more money. That sounds like a
Brilliant.
good thing. Ryan, what do you
I think it's fantastic. Well, Sirius, tell us some of the areas of the country that you've penetrated and the success you're having there, and what are funeral directors saying about the product?
When we first started, we started in Utah and Tennessee, and then Illinois and Arizona. And I believe because our distributors and us, we share the same philosophy of providing good quality products, good services, and good pricing. And I think the biggest success to us is the uncompromised service provided by our distributors. Without the experience and reputation, it will make much harder for us to penetrate the market.
understand? And some things that you've changed is you're actually not having to buy a container load. They're being delivered just like in the other casket.
Yes.
As most people know, I've worked for one of the bigs in the casket industry, and I always encountered problems with having lengthy contracts, negotiated discounts and rebates, as well as inventory and delivery and all those sort of things. So I've seen the quality of your caskets. They're really good. I'm here in the warehouse today. And the improvement that I see is significant. So share with me where you're going to make a big difference you see in what we've been doing with import versus what you're providing. For instance, you mentioned earlier, no rebates or discounts.
Yes.
It's already there.
Yes. Our distributors, they provide a daily service,
Right.
and sometimes it's with more flexibility than the big companies.
Right.
And also, we don't have contracts, complicated rebate programs. And I think with the biggest discount that a big company can offer you, it's still not as good as our regular prices.
I can tell you that's the truth because I've seen your price list and I have an idea as an owner what that looks like.
Well, seriously, you launched into the marketplace kind of in a beta mode for the last few months, and then July really fully rolled out. But your advertising has been fantastic. Specifically, one of the ads I loved the most was comparing the smartphone to the caskets, and just brilliant marketing. What are your plans for further penetration in the U.S. market, and what do you have upcoming this year?
Actually, we are we're working to make Sitch brand well known across North America, and we will keep doing the next one will be NFDA convention, and then social media, Funeral Nation, continuous advertising, and at the same time we'll be adding new casket distributors across nation.
Well, apparently this guy's really smart because he effing gets it, right? Hey, look, in closing, you're one of our Funeral Nation sponsors, and we're excited to do that. And we're going to do some cool stuff together in the future. What's the one thing that you want funeral directors to know about Sitch County?
When they compare our products to the American brands, when you compare the quality and workmanship, there's no difference. The only difference is the price. That's why we always say, only your accountant can tell the difference.
I think that's a brilliant tagline. So the quality's there, but the only difference is the price. And interesting, our consumer market is driving that with cremation, and they're driving away. So maybe this is a way with this new casket brand to drive back some business into the funeral, to the burial side. So Sitch, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And you know what? It worked out.
Thank you,
We were in
Ryan.
the same town over here. We can't disclose where we are. It's secret. But it worked out that we could be together in
It's
person.
fantastic, man. Thanks, Sirius, for being on. Glad we got this together, and thanks for
Thank you, Ryan.
sponsoring Funeral Nation show.
Take care.
Take care.
Fantastic interview, Jeff. This guy's got it going on. Just completely no regard for the way that it has traditionally been done, which, as you know, I love being disruptive. So I'm pretty psyched about what they're doing. And just the advertising campaign has been brilliant as well, through traditional and now into social. It's unbelievable. So the interview segment was brought to us by Sitch Caskets. We're really excited to have this effing brand on to talk about the effing change that they are bringing to the casket market. So let's roll that promo.
Funeral Nation is sponsored by Sitch Casket, importers of premium hardwood and fine metal caskets created exclusively for the North American marketplace. Is it a Sitch casket or one of the top U.S. brands? Only your accountant can tell the difference. Visit Sitch Casket or contact your Sitch distributor.
All right, brother. Time for one of our favorite segments where we get to really shine the light on some of the good that's happening in our profession in our Spotlight segment. Who are we going to shine the effing light on today?
You know what? The spotlight today is on Cook Funeral and Cremation Services, Cook Family Services in Granville, Michigan. Their family and staff at Cook Funeral Home and Services are committed to helping individuals in the community who've lost their loved one. They actually host social events during the year to give these individuals the opportunity to come out and socialize with others who've lost loved ones. An example is the Widows and Widowers Picnic. Men and women who've lost their partners are invited to bring a friend or a guest to an outdoor event. Music and food are offered to create an uplifting and welcoming atmosphere for the attendees to make connections to others in the community, as well as the pre-need staff. Ding! Anyway, the guests leave with a gift bag, cookie trays, and most of all, new friends. You know what? Guys, you got to get out here and do some work. You know, it's not a fire drill. It's not a firehouse. When the alarm goes off, you slide down the pole. Go light some fires. Cook, great job for you and your team up there in Granville, Michigan.
Absolutely. Spotlight segment is brought to us by Homesteaders Life Company. Roll that promo.
Homesteaders Life Company is proud to be the most often used pre-need funding company among the nationally recognized providers according to a recent independent study by McGuire Research. Homesteaders celebrating 110 years of strength, security, and commitment to promoting the value of funeral service.
Okay, now is when we move into our WTF segment. We take off our serious hat and put our lighthearted humor hat on. And we take a look at things that are happening in our profession that are a little bit comical and things that make you say, what the funeral? And I don't know. I love this image because I want to see the reaction. This is like one of those things where, like a hidden camera type thing where you get the reaction of somebody walking by. Somebody's going to think this is real, I would think. I don't know. Looks pretty funny. Looks like the guy's face and his hands up against the sides there.
Yeah, in fact, what I think is interesting about it, if you're claustrophobic, this is your worst nightmare, right? Let me out. Obviously, I'm hoping this isn't for real, but it's a great. I got a kick out of it when I looked at it. I could just imagine, like you said, it used to be candid camera. Way back in the day, people would see these. Now we've got all kind of punk shows and
pranked.
What was the other guy? Yeah, pranked, punked, freaked, whatever they got out here now. I'm kind of old school. I like the candid camera with Alan Funt, whoever the heck that is. So now, hey, give a shout out for all the baby boomers and old dudes out here.
You're dating yourself, man. You're dating yourself.
Yeah, it was. I watch the reruns. That's what it is. And I also put that stuff from my hair, the white stuff, to make me look more mature. So
there you go.
You get that.
Wisdom.
But anyway, I think you guys brought this promo to us. Who is it? Is Disrupt Media and Disrupt You?
Yeah, Disrupt Me, Disrupt You. Let's roll that clip.
At Disrupt Media, we're a social media content agency that focuses on storytelling for funeral companies. We use real stories to build creative strategies that achieve actual business goals. Want to learn more? Visit disruptmedia.co.
All right, this wraps up episode 42, which catapults us right into 43. The Commander's Cigar's about gone. The drink's about gone. Why don't you give us what's coming up on episode 43?
43, we're going to take a little step to the side and go toward the cemetery area. We've got a guy that's making some pretty cool videos and doing some different stuff out there. That's a part of our business world as well. And so we hope to have him on next week. And I have to tell you, we got great response last 2 weeks from the Homesteaders guys. And they're really stepping out. So we're excited to have them on board as a not only a sponsor, but behind the show, because I think they're starting to really see and realize how to reach our new market that's out here.
That's it.
But anyways, we'll have somebody kind of cool on next week. So that looks like 42 is almost a wrap.
That's it. It is a wrap, brother. We're over and out. Make sure you continue to engage with us on social, comment on Facebook, and make sure you share the videos. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You can go to our website. You can subscribe to our newsletter. We'll send you every new episode when it is released. And you can also submit WTF segment ideas and spotlight on a funeral director nomination. So make sure you visit funeralnation.tv. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter. We want to see you out there and comment. Let's get a discussion going. What do you think about New York lifting a ban on food? Good, bad, indifferent, don't care? Let us know. Until next week, have a great effing week.
Out here.